Now as we see here, all along the edge, kind of see it there. I got this edge. And I squared off the end here because you don't want to get the plaster behind there because then it will trap the thing. See, I kind of straightened that out. Now, so when I lay this down, I'm going to coat it with a ceramic plaster first. Now, ceramic plaster has much higher density and shows better detail. And then the plaster of Paris just to hold it all. Because that's just to hold the mold's shape. The stuff that's actually detailing the mold will be, well, I'm using just this stuff here. Pottery plaster. For use in ceramics. Gotta keep the cost down. And then on the props we made, because those are set flat on the surface here, went ahead and cardboard and tape made a dam around the edge with space for the plaster to go into, and I'll do the same with those as I was talking about with this. Got that one there, the other one over here. That's the antler, that's the ear, that's the bunny head. Now we're just gonna have to paint the stuff on. The ceramic plaster. Now you see I've taken the plaster, mixed it up, poured it along, covering, fully covering, kind of gooping it on in the end. First brush it nicely to get in all the details, then goop it over it to cover fully the shape. I'm going to be putting more plaster on it, but there'll be a cheaper plaster after this. But since that plaster is not going to be touching the actual molding, it doesn't need to be as dense and as strong. And as expensive. So, now, we go ahead, mix some more, and paint the head. Now you mix this stuff at about 1 pound per 11 ounces water. Now make sure you don't get it on your hands. I've gotten some. You should probably be wearing gloves. Be careful when you're stirring it, not to get in your eyes. Wear eye protection. Or sunglasses, I'll do until I need. You got an ugly pair for this. And you mix it to about a pancake batter consistency. And then I go on and paint and pour it in there. Especially through the eye sockets, because that's actually the area that when you're setting this thing, that's the only part of the mold that the mask will be resting on the head piece and giving it support when you lay it all together. So you want to get that nice, because that's going to be your contact point. Get all the crevices, any of the detail spots, like the nostrils on this thing. Make sure you get lots of this higher density ceramic in there. Now, once you get that on there, you'll take the rest of this, or if you need, and you don't have much, go ahead and mix a little bit more. So what you want to do is this, pour it over it, and get yourself to like a 1/4 inch depth if you can. If you do get it on your hands, wash it off immediately and do not touch your eyes. That's step one of doing the molding. Tomorrow, like you see on these ones, the cardboard case things I made around them, I'm going to make the same thing for this, but on a larger scale to contain the regular plaster Paris I pour in it. And at that point, once that all sets, we can take this out, wash out all the clay, and we get things ready for the next step, the actual molding. But here we go with the step 2 on this process. Step 2. We're doing the first stage on the molding. If money's not an issue, you could just buy the ceramic heavy-duty plaster, make the whole thing out of that. Makes a really strong mold, but not really necessary, especially since I may not be making 3 or 4 of these and stuff like that. But just in case, it's good to plan a little bit ahead. And this stuff makes really nice detail, gives it a nice texture. So any details you put on the clay remain. So, well, there we go. Thank you. And soon will be step 3.